Welcome back, everyone. This is Arafallon playing Dungeon Breaker, continuing pretty much straight after the last session, and the plan was to go back into the Thief Fortress and continue exploring, but picking up some extra skills from here reminded me we have a few more members that I should be able to do that with now. Antenna Mage and the Peddler had conditions they wanted fulfilled first, and I believe I've done both of those. So for Antenna Mage, she wanted basically 4 Dummies guide, which you can get off monsters in the dungeon, which happened pretty quickly. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, he's got the book. And she's not here again, but is she off in the corner just drinking tea again? Nope, looks like she's dozing off based on those sounds. Yep. Good morning, Master. She's awake. He's telling her she shouldn't sleep in a place like this, but based on that one scene we saw, she tends to doze off anytime and anywhere she feels like it. But she says, no, I wake up quick, so it's fine. That's not what I meant. Anyway, here's that book. Hands it over. And now she's like, okay, we can do this thing. So apparently she has a collection. And together they play a little something called radio game. I'm not actually familiar with this myself. It looks kind of like bingo, but it was pretty much the only thing I could find that was relevant to like antennas and such. So anyway, we have a choice of a number of skills. There's a fireball on one enemy. There's an ice blast on multiple enemies that I think it says can freeze them. There's a powerful lightning strike on one. And this is a speed down of all enemies. I think I'll take the multi-target one for now. And there we go. Anyway, she's saying that was quite an experience and she could write a whole book on this. Everyone just kind of stuff. There's no need to read a book. So there was that. Yeah, and I think that was enough money for the peddler to be satisfied. Yeah, pay her or don't. What happens if you don't? Okay, just nothing. Anyway, her condition is if you buy this coin off her, then kind of an I scratch your... You scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of deal. Just giving her the money. Apparently she wasn't expecting that, and here's that coin. And she's excusing herself. It's like, hold on, aren't you forgetting something? Yeah, she was hoping he'd forgotten. Like, okay, fine. And what else would they play but Monopoly? Just no one tell her it was originally an anti-capitalism game. In any case, we have a choice of 2 skills at the moment. She has some oddball kind of things. This one, apparently you pay off the enemy to get them to leave, and this one is a 100% runaway. So, I guess I'll take that. But in any case, that coin you buy off the peddler is an actual item that shows up in your inventory, and I think it's even useful for something, I guess, since this is probably... And we have some more cooking available from Tina. We can combine the mage's ahoge. That's... I'm not sure there's an English equivalent to that. That's those hairs that stick up weirdly, so... like the Antenna Mage's antenna. And... Middle Earth meat? Okay, I have no idea what this is. Let's see if I can look it up later. Anyway, that heals poison and 300 hit points. This combines Donkre and Suzuki rice? Yeah, I'm not sure what don would be here. Suzuki is normally a kind of fish, a sea bass or a perch. Okay, curry rice. That seems straightforward enough. Heals sleep and 300 hit points. Kudo Zucchini, I think, is a black hood. Some kind of Orabal hood. Possibly a cold orb that's used in like a cold insulator cooling box. So that's a cold, that's a thing. Cold tofu. Cures petrification and 300 health. This requires some chicken, which we don't have. Anyway, here's some kind of dark cream. And dark is in the darkness. And that cold orb again. That makes vanilla ice cream. Okay. Heals burns and 300 health. This is pistachio and ancient mayonnaise. Gives us a bean jam with chestnuts, apparently. That heals frozen and 300 health. White sea something. And brown willow. Seaweed. And we get a seaweed miso soup, which cures confusion and recovers 300 health. So, again, interesting cooking from her. And we have another random scene. The Antenna Mage is drinking tea again. But this time, instead of Samurai Master with her, we have Caracal. Who's apparently swatting at her hair. Cat. Antenna Mage didn't even notice and is telling her that's an important antenna and you shouldn't be doing that. But maybe you can't help it. So our antennas were originally meant to lure in prey. Is that so? It does kind of make me think of that from the shape. They hide in rocky places with only their antennas sticking out. Have them wave around to lure beasts in. Carl sounded scared. And as she's saying, well, that's just an idea I had for a novel. What do you think of it? The antennas stabbing prey and sucking the nutrients out of them. But, yeah. He was taking her seriously, and he's like, And now she's asking Karkov if she'd rather get chomped up or sucked dry, basically. Cat panic. And she ran away. It's like, well, yeah, this time I know exactly how she feels. And we have a little conversation here, saying, "You're my teacher, but who is your teacher?" She's being kind of secretive and saying, well, what if it's a really good-looking man? Alex, no way. I've never seen anything like that come to the village. Karen is still being serious, saying, I wonder about that. So, nothing helpful there. Let's go see Celsia. He knocks, there's no answer. He goes into the room. Toki. And she's there in front of a big tankard of milk. And downs the whole thing. Yes, apparently she didn't much like that and is looking for the orange juice she had as a palate cleanser. He finds it, hands it over, she drinks it down, and immediately goes, "Why are you here?" But yeah, she's been secretly drinking milk every day to try to grow, and now someone's found out. Not that he cares. If she's taking that the wrong way, instead of not caring that she's drinking milk or whatever, she's like, not caring about being short. How dare you make light of this? And she's now demanding that he make himself shorter than her. Okay, fine. I'll try and find something that makes you taller. And she's promising him or whatever reward he wants if he manages to find something like that. It's like, yep, fine, whatever, if I find it. So that's something. Yeah, let's head back to the fortress now. And towards the back. Kind of curious what path it'll take. We'll go around the outside or through the sides. We're going through the interior parts. It's the same distance either way, so... And this time it's going around the outside. Again, it's the same distance either way, so I'm kind of curious how it decides. Anyway, to recap a bit, when we were in town one time visiting the item shop, Leen mentioned there's this woman there who has had her wedding ring stolen by bandits. Okay, interesting thing to note, if you are silenced as Alec is at the moment, you cannot use spells, but you can still use skills. Yeah, I'm not sure which way to go at this point, so just pick a direction and go for it. Here's the door. Okay, this is not the boss. There's probably a healing point before that. So I should be safe to keep exploring and not have to worry about running into a boss, but who knows? Okay, here's a big thief. He's asking where the boss is. Where do you think you are? Something about a crimson wolf something. Anyway, that's apparently the name of the gang. It's like... Yeah, the bandit's saying, "Don't tell me you've never heard of us," and Alec says, "Yeah, I really haven't. All I've heard is that you stole something. You're not gonna get out of here alive." And those are no stronger than the random encounters. So he's asking if they stolen a wedding ring, and where is it? This guy doesn't know, the boss handles all the treasure. But you can have this. Skull key. That'll get you into the boss's room. It's like, fine, I'll let you go, don't do bad stuff again. So that's a sort of progress. And presumably required. I do want to try to find a healing spot, because this seems like it could be a good spot for grinding. Okay, here's some more treasure. 5 healing herbs, or healing medicine rather. Here's a nice big room with another treasure chest. And some more money. Yeah, that looks like everything on this side of the upper floor. Alec's MP is starting to get low. There's probably more stairs behind here. And this part of the dungeon is not symmetrical. Okay, this... No, there can't go north, so... But there's nothing here. I was going to say there's not much room for that to go anywhere on the map, but that isn't true. Okay, here's the healing point. So I'll just finish exploring this room, and then stop for now. The boss is probably up ahead, and I'm not quite sure I'm up to it yet. But with the healing point here, this is now a good spot for grinding. So yeah, this will be it for this time. Next time, I think we'll try and see if we can take on the boss. Probably do some grinding off camera before then, but we'll see. In any case, this has been Leen playing Dungeon Breaker. Come back next time for more. We'll probably resolve this little side quest. Hope to see you then.